a national championship. Today, it's live final round coverage of the 115th U.S. Open Championship. It is known as one of the toughest golf courses in the world. And today we're here in western Pennsylvania at Oakmont Country Club. Originally opened 1903 and designed by Henry Fones, it features over 200 bunkers and slick, undulating greens. It asks a lot of a player in every aspect of the game. It is a fitting venue for the U.S. Open Championship, the final round. Frank, this hole, the third at 428 yards, has been a part of the U.S. Open story for a long time, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's just a great par four. It's a typical U.S. Open par four that challenges in between the ears, as well as the swing and the execution itself. The second shot, slightly uphill. You've really got to break this green into two sections. That ridge in the middle, anything past that, everything funnels off and towards the back of the screen. Anything short of that, well, it actually goes towards the front side. So very difficult from tee all the way through to the green.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
So the 310.
I think of 5-footers for bogey being as important as a 5-footer for birdie in most other tournaments.
Yeah, and I think that's why when you look at the list of great U.S. Open champions, the names of Ben Hogan's, a tough character from Fort Worth, Jack Nicklaus, the greatest achiever in the game, Tiger Woods at his best. U.S. Opens, to win multiple U.S. Opens, it just takes a very, very rare character.
That's a nice roll, and with that birdie, now 200 par for the tournament. Now to the par 5 fourth that is 609 yards. Frank, this has been pivotal in past U.S. Opens.
Yeah, it certainly has. A good drive here, there's a chance to go for the par 5 and 2. A bad drive here, finding the church pews or the bunkers on the right. More often than not, you're pitching out sideways. Totally different proposition.
Frank, we always hear that Oakmont is hard. It is one of the most stringent tests in all of golf. And sometimes it helps to put some numbers to that idea. How about the average score in 2007 was almost 6 shots over par? That's tough.
Yeah, Oakmont is so demanding. When you look at the golf course, at first glimpse, it looks like a great driving golf course. And then you look at the severity of the greens and you realize it's a great second shot golf course. Then you look at the firmness of the greens, the speed of the greens, and you realize you have to be a great putter. That adds in great short game. So when Cabrera came here in 2007, it didn't seem like he was a good fit. People didn't think he could be patient enough, even though he'd already won the Masters, which are on fearsome greens. But he developed a marvelous blend that week of power, and he played the golf course aggressively. He hit driver more often than most. And certainly down the 18th hole when it was the 72nd hole on Sunday, no one hit a better tee shot than that all week. Tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously the scores will go up a little bit given the conditions, but once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
I like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy.
Definitely when you're heading to a head breeze, but down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Short eagle attempt on the way. So a good lag putt there, Frank.
Yeah, the whole idea of a lag putt, sometimes you build a 3 or a 4 foot circle. Just try and get it inside that. Good putt.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
And that's a birdie. It's a nice little hole, Frank. 382 yards, par 4, 5th here at Oakmont.
You can't really hit a driver or a 3-wood down here. You're going to run out of fairway. Plus, there's no real advantage. hole starts to shrink up there. Just got to play it as a two-shotter. But it's easy just to blaze away with an iron. If you can hit an iron at a US Open off a par 4 tee, you better hit it in the fairway. It's fine. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
This is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Just a well-played approach shot right there. Only about 10 feet away and a good look at birdie here.
Solid stroke there, no sign of nerves on that.
Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances, and the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in here. If you're not as fortunate, you leave it hanging up on that hill. It plays a good 200 yards for your second.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. Frank, what's the strategy off the tee here?
You're hitting something that goes about 240, 250 yards maximum, hopefully keeping it out of that right rough. The reason why that right rough is certainly to be avoided is that big gaping bunker at the front of the screen. Green's perched up a little bit, so this is another one where if you can hit an iron or a utility club off the tee, you must find the fairway.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, through the years we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71. Well, this is a good U.S. Open par 4 at 499 yards. The 15th is one of the better holes in the course, Frank.
It is. The shape of the tee shot you think would suit a cut, but because the fairway slopes quite severely to the right, Really, it needs a draw just to work its way against that slope and somehow keep it on the straight and narrow. That's fine.
What a turn of events. Just turned this round upside down. Started off slow, but they managed to pick up the pace. And back on track now. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
This is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Oh, this is right at it.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Never a doubt looking to make a statement today. That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Here we are at the 18th at Oakmont. Clubhouse straight ahead. Frank, I distinctly remember the 2007 U.S. Open Championship of the final round, and Angel Cabrera, the big Argentinian, with the pressure bearing down, stepped up and absolutely piped a tee shot right down the throat. And I know to this day he thinks it's one of the great shots he's ever hit.
Yeah, I get the odds. Golf ball is 1.68 inches in diameter. Fairway's 30 yards wide. Ball should fit easily, right? But when you look at it off the back of this tee with bunkers left and right, it does not look like it's that easy, that's for sure.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on the easy birdie.
To win the U.S. Open. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And there it is, a U.S. Open victory. It has come down to this.